Welcome back. Here's your Walpha report for September 3rd to the 9th. A lot of exciting updates this week. Looks like we're just going to keep getting more and more info leading up to Devlog 2 at the end of this month and all the way up through racing and avatars at the end of the year. So let's get into it. Not an official team update, you know the drill. And if you want to pull up the PDF of all these slides, you can click on the links to go directly to all these posts for more context. So on Monday, the Zero Tick account let us know that gifts, reactions, and more are coming soon to Zero Messenger. If you guys have any feature requests, definitely hop into this thread and let them know. Neo also announced that they're starting up Zero Group Therapy, the first testing group for Zero specifically. Wilder World will have a separate testing group at a later date. So good to see that testing will be up and running soon. On Monday, Frank also popped into the Discord. A lot of people were worried that he and some of the team members might have gotten into some trouble at Burning Man with all that craziness, but he wasn't there luckily, so things are all good. He and the team just busy working to lead up to all the exciting drops coming at the end of the year. And Frank also mentioned that Devlog 2, which comes out at the end of the month, won't be as focused on the game development as the past couple because the game studio's hyper-focused on building. So it looks like maybe we'll get more focus on the avatars, the new website, maybe some stuff about the new partner that Neo mentioned. So just about a little more than a couple weeks until that devlog launches. And then the last couple things for Monday, Neo mentioned that the Wilder World website, the new version is coming soon. And he shared this clip of pals working on procedural highway generation. So that's pretty cool. Check that out if you haven't already. On Tuesday, the Wilder World account shared this image that Gobi created, midnight racing in Miami. Still not sure if this was a concept or an actual in-engine shot. Didn't see anything in the comments. More on that in a minute. And then Frank replied to this tweet about maps and mentioned that we should be seeing the new street track going through Little Meow soon. And then on Wednesday, Neo dropped this mentioning midnight in Miami again, saying that we are on track for the first version of racing to go live mid-December. So now we have a pretty good idea of when it's happening. The Q3 zine that Neo mentions here, I'm assuming is Devlog 2, so that will outline the exact details of how that's going to work. And then someone asked in the comments, who's going to get access to that? Neo mentions here at the bottom that we're going to open up in tiers. We've got to test Wilder World properly first before we open it up to everyone, so there'll be a tiered release so the team can get feedback and improve the experience. Still not sure exactly what those tiers will look like, so again, hopefully we'll get more detail on that in Devlog 2 at the end of the month. And then Frank also mentioned that the first official track for Midnight Miami has been set. It's going to explore the depths of Little Meow with variations in terrain and elevation. Not exactly sure what that means, because Little Meow is mostly flat surface from what we've seen so far on the maps. So I'm not sure if elevation means that the tracks themselves will be elevated, or maybe we're going to go underground. Maybe we're going to see something different that we just haven't been shown yet. So excited to see that in the devlog. We got a lot more on Zero on Thursday. A little more about the incentive structure. Half of Zero token supply is reserved for Zero basic income. Zero wants to be the platform that we can use, so that way we're not relying on big tech anymore. We're more focused as citizens of network state Zero, with the values being sovereignty, security, decentralization, censorship resistance, open source code for all. Definitely looking forward to this and getting off of the other platforms. Frank shared that the team's currently testing the NPC intelligence AI, which will allow us to interact and have conversations with all the NPCs running around in Miami. And he also mentioned that eventually they'll be trained on the whole Wilder World lore Bible, and they'll have certain traits and characteristics that give them unique personalities. So it'll be very interesting to see how we can interact with them. Neo also mentioned on Thursday that right before the launch of Zero Messenger and Zero ID at the end of this year, the name of the Zero token will change, so that's a pretty big deal. The good news is it'll update automatically, so there's nothing we or any holders need to do. And that'll be the one token to govern the entire network state. Not sure what the name of that'll be yet. If you have any good guesses, jump into that thread and posted in there. On Friday, the Zero account shared that they'll be rolling out Ava, their take on chat GPT style personal assistants. And then Neo just summed up that the end of the year is looking good for Zero. A lot of cool stuff coming. Messenger, Zero Basic Income, and Zero ID. And at the bottom there, new website, exchange listings, and more. And then to close out the week, Neo shared this on Saturday about Zero and how it's going to redefine coordination and digital rights. And then when asked about a marketing campaign, Neo mentioned that yes, there will be one eventually, but first thing is just to get people using it, inviting their friends, testing it out, and then eventually there will be a wider marketing campaign. Alright, so that's it for this week. You're all caught up. Couple things though. As always, just follow these channels in the Discord and check out our zine and wiki for official info and announcements. Depending on where you're watching this, I do have this on other channels. So it's on my YouTube channel. If you haven't already seen that, a lot of other videos, check that out. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you want. And then obviously I'm always sharing this report on Twitter, so you can follow me there if you don't already. And then Instagram. Don't do much there yet, but I know a lot of people are on there, so I'm always going to share this report there as well. Maybe some more stuff going forward. So just wanted to make you aware of those channels if you weren't already. And that's it for this week. See you in the next one.